Welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about subscriptions, and not subscriptions like you'd normally think of like Netflix or other video services, actually car subscriptions. We're going to be talking about subscriptions to heated seats, adaptive cruise, adaptive headlights, and also the obvious music subscriptions built into cars, and why I actually think this isn't a terrible idea as it first sounds. Now, before I get to talking on why I think it's a great idea, why don't we look at the companies that currently offer it, what subscriptions they currently do offer, the pros and cons against them, and more importantly, why you should go down in the comments and argue why I'm wrong that it's not a great idea, because it boosts engagement if you're arguing with me in the comments. Now, the first obvious company that offer car subscriptions that everyone pretty much knows about is Tesla. Now, they offer a premium connection service on their Model 3 for roughly about £10 a month here in the UK. I think it's about $10 in the US per month. You can pay to have premium services. Now, their premium service, to be fair, pays for a very hefty data contract. It's so you can stream music directly to your car, which includes Spotify. You can also stream your Netflix to your car using their data connection, and a host of other services including maps, 3D maps. Now, Tesla have very recently, since I've actually written this script, announced that they're going to stop providing free maps on Tesla Model 3s, and that will also be part of an additional subscription service if you want SatNav to carry on working after a number of years. I think from the top of my head, it's 5 years included with everyone. Now, they also do offer, at the moment, opportunity to buy extras on your car after you've bought it. But one thing we're going to be talking about is that, and also the fact that Tesla give you the opportunity to subscribe monthly to Autopilot in the US, which also will be coming here in the UK and Europe. Now, BMW also offer a subscription service, and some of the Tesla forums I'm in seem to be quite upset by the idea that BMW are coming up with this, but we're going to move on to why I think that Tesla may also copy the BMW idea later on in the video. Now, BMW subscription service is for a couple of features. Now, they include a safety camera update where you can have like Sentry mode like you get on the Tesla. Obviously, the Tesla one comes with a subscription service where you can view it like a Ring doorbell at £10 a month. They offer driving assist, and the one that seems to be really upsetting people is heated seats, but they also offer high beam assist, iconic sounds, map updates, online entertainment, service plans, obviously just standard servicing. But the heated seat one seems to be really annoying people because BMW are thinking of charging £15 a month, I think $20 US a month to get heated seats. Now, let's quickly flash back to Tesla. Now, Tesla offer heated seats on all their cars. All their cars come with heated seats. They come fitted with front and rear heated seats. However, if you order their base spec model of the Model 3, you do not get rear heated seats. You only get front heated seats. Tesla will unlock the heated seat option on the rear of your car seats at any point for any owner in the future for a one-off charge of £300 or $300. That one-off fee will then allow them to have heated seats. Now, if that car was then traded into Tesla, there is a possible chance that they will take that £300 off the car and sell it without heated seats and then resell that option again in the future. It's been known to happen in the US, even with Autopilot. If someone's paid for Autopilot, trade it into Tesla, they do occasionally remove the Autopilot feature so they can resell it, especially if they've had a price change between those two customers, one who had Autopilot bought maybe the initial rate of about 3.5, maybe £5,000, to the new rate now it's considerably more. Tesla have also offered other one-off costs to unlock certain features, one being they lock down some batteries in certain countries to lower spec. Now, at the moment, I think one in Canada got, with a full-size pack, it was restricted to less capacity, and I think that, you had the option of unlocking it. It happened to some Teslas that had replaced packs, and Tesla offered you the option to unlock the rest of the pack of the new bigger pack they fitted. And they've also done stuff with performance where they'll unlock extra brake horsepower in your car, again for a one-off fee. Now, BMW have obviously seen the way Tesla have done certain of these features and thought that's a great idea. So BMW will sell you the heated seats and all the other options for a one-off fee. You can do that one-off fee from the day you buy the car, or a couple of weeks later or a couple of years later, or you can pay a monthly subscription fee. And if Tesla see this working for BMW on a monthly subscription feature for all these other features, trust me, Tesla will also copy it. And in fact, I'm surprised that they haven't done it already. And why do I think that Tesla will copy it? Well, I think all manufacturers are going to look at their subscription model as a great idea of plugging that gap. Now, that gap is going to be caused due to the fact that EVs don't require the same level of service and maintenance. Now, this is something that is really frustrating car dealers and obviously manufacturers, that the revenue stream they've relied on for oil services, you know, all these sort of services that used to happen to ICE cars, they're not needed for EVs. There's not the same amount of moving parts. EVs still go wrong. They still have some maintenance. Don't be fooled into believing some of the stuff that some EV advocates like to tout on the internet, telling you that EVs are way, way, way more reliable. They are more reliable. They still go wrong, and they still require maintenance, and they still require repair. But overall, there is less moving parts, less regular service work, and basically less revenue stream for manufacturers and car dealers to make money out of. So they're going to be looking at these subscription services as a way of plugging that gap. And while we're on subscription services, if you're not already a YouTube member or a patron, I do membership from as little as £1 or $1 a month. Consider supporting the channel. Helps me make more videos, helps me buy more equipment. I've currently just completely soundproofed the studio and bought a new expensive microphone. And if it wasn't for my patrons, which have really helped, I just wouldn't be able to do it. Now, this will bring down scale of cost. And how do I mean scale of cost? Well, instead of making 2 seats, one without heated seats or one with heated seats, or making 2 headlights, one with adaptive, one without adaptive, you can just make one part and fit it to all cars. Now, this brings down the scale of cost, because it means that all the ones that were going to be fitted with these extras will cost less overall, because you're buying more, fitting more in bulk. But it also means a more streamlined manufacturing, because instead of building the cars that have already been ordered or predicting what you think your order line is going to be, you just build the cars that you need to build as normal, and those factory options can be turned on at the dealer or at the time of sale. So if someone says, "Oh, I want that car, but I wish it had heated seats in the back," the dealer goes, "That's all right, sir. That will now have heated seats at the back," or it might have the adaptive cruise or something like that added. And it also has other opportunities for the second, third and fourth owner. Now, that second, third or fourth owner is the person that the manufacturer really cares about the subscription model and rebuying model in the future. And that is because you, the first owner, might not have wanted heated seats. That's fine. That's a cost option to the manufacturer of maybe £100 a unit for the heated seats at the back. They would have charged you £300 or £400 for it, but you didn't want it, that's fine. But it's only cost them £100 in reality. That second owner, though, might want to buy heated seats on that car. And now they have the option. The manufacturer will earn that money back and probably charge an excessive premium for the second or third owner, or the subscription model, which will make them more money long term. But it also might increase the resale value of used cars. I mean, how often have you looked for a used car, it's been the right colour, the right mileage, oh, it's missing that one piece of spec that you really wanted. Now you can turn it on. You can have that piece of spec that you wanted turned on. So it should improve the resale value, but it also might mean that less cars need to be made in total, because there'll be more of a market for reselling used cars, because the used car market will be able to have the options that everyone wants. Now, some of the arguments I've seen against the subscription model is the cost is too high, which I just think is an irrelevant argument. Why do I think it's an irrelevant argument? Because if you think the cost for a subscription or to buy it after the date is too high, don't pay it. Simple as, just don't pay it. You can't argue something's too expensive if you're not, unless you're considering buying it. If you're considering buying it, then you should have just bought it with that option at the start. And also, if you're the second or third owner, then it really doesn't matter, because you're buying the option on the car that you couldn't have had. It's just mainly people arguing on forums because they've got nothing better to argue about, or in the comments down below, which I'm more than welcome that they do. Again, like I said, it boosts engagement. The other argument I've heard is that it's a waste of materials, a waste of resources. And I actually partly agree with this option. Partly agree. The reason I partly agree, because it could mean that the second, third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh owner gets the options they want on a car, instead of maybe ordering a new car. There is possibly someone who is looking at a new or second-hand car can't find the second-hand options they want and order a new, which means more cars get built. And we want to try and reduce the amount of total embodied carbon that we make by making less cars. So if there's more used cars that are more accessible to the spec that people want, we should, in theory, see less cars being built. And another argument I've heard is they just want to profiteer off you. Well, yes, of course they do. They're a business. That's what they do. They sell things and they make profit. They're not making a car so you can have it for free. They're there to make profit. And the final argument I've heard is, what if you buy it and they turn it off when the next person buys it? This part is a little bit more complicated. Firstly, if you subscribe to it, then it doesn't matter if they turn it off because you won't be paying your subs anymore, therefore it just turn off. But if they offer a one-off purchase fee, you bought it and you sold it to someone and they turned it off and you told them it had that option, you know, that second person's going to be annoyed. So I don't see it being turned off when it's sold privately, or if you sold it to an independent used car dealer, again, I don't see it being turned off for that second or third owner after that. However, if it was traded in back to the manufacturer, BMW, Tesla, Mercedes, etc., there is a small chance that the dealer may take it off, and this offers some opportunity to these dealers that they don't have before. And this is why I think it's a good idea, because they're losing out on that service revenue and they need that money to operate the business. They've counted on it for years. So if someone trades in a car with an option that they've paid for in advance, say heated seats, and the dealer has the option of removing those heated seats, the manufacturer might say to that dealer, if you remove those options, we'll give you a rebate of X amount. And that X amount then goes back to that dealer as revenue. And that could be seen as a way of them making back that lost service revenue from, you know, EVs being more reliable, having less parts, having less service items. I mean, this is purely theory, purely a guess off me, but let me know down below in the comments if you think that actually might be a good idea to sustain these businesses so they can carry on employing staff and also carry on having technicians there to work on your car if it's faulty. So as many people know, I am in the day job a used car dealer, and the reason I think this is a great idea is many times in the past I have lost sales due to a car missing certain options or certain things. Someone said, oh, I found another one with this option, I really wanted that option. Yours doesn't have it, I'm going to go and buy that. And this would stop me from losing sale, because I could just say, well, you could subscribe to that, sir, or we can get it purchased for this one-off fee and you can add it on. And this would really, really help me as a used car dealer. But I think it would mean, again, like I've repeated before, less waste of used cars not being sat on forecourts, not being used. At the end of the day, this embodied carbon of car, when it's not being used, it's a wasted resource on the earth. So the more we can get these cars moving, the better. Now, my final thought on this idea, again, is just a theory, but I actually think that we might see manufacturers maybe charge for certain software updates, sat nav through this subscription way, which is what BMW are already doing. But I also think that we might see BMW, Tesla, or other manufacturers offer performance tuning upgrades by over-the-air updates. Maybe they've found a way of remapping that motor to work in a different pattern to give you more brake horsepower, or maybe they might sell a special adaptation that allows you to drive better in the snow in the future, or other ideas like this, stuff that customize the car a bit more. I mean, we could even go completely wacky and talk about nano paint, and if you don't know what that is, give that a Google. Thank you very, very much for watching this week's video. Don't forget to click subscribe. More videos like this coming all the time. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.